I'm Zara Jurett and welcome to the Yas Marina Circuit here in Abu Dhabi. Gorgeous weather right now, perfect weather for race number 4, the final race of the 2021 Asian Le Mans season. Now, of course, we've got our awesome commentators up in the booth, Graham Goodwin and Oliver Gavin. Guys, take it away.
Thanks very much indeed, Zara. And yes, welcome to the finale, amazingly, after just 10 days of the 2021 Asian Le Mans Series season. It's been quite a ride, Ollie.
It has been fantastic.
We've been together for all of this one, and it doesn't feel like 10 days.
It doesn't.
It feels a bit more like 5.
But,
it's been a rapid ride through both Dubai with 2 races and, of course, the first race yesterday here at Yas Marina Circuit. Well, we've got titles to be settled. We've got the invitations to the Mans 24 Hours to be settled. That will all be later this afternoon. Before then, we've got 4 hours of racing. Coming into darkness again under the floodlights here at Yas Marina. Threw up some good stuff yesterday. Plenty of incident, plenty of accident, I'm afraid.
Yes.
1 or 2. But happy to say we believe all 35 cars that started yesterday will be back on the grid for this one. Well, we've been very lucky indeed before this race to catch up with the Governor, Cyril Teichvalen, the Asian Le Mans Series CEO, who's got a message for us. Thanks very much, Cyril.
I feel quite happy, actually. It's been an interesting and very special journey, as you know, for the last 11 months for the stakeholders, the teams, the partners and the Asian Le Mans team. And I have to say that a few minutes before the start of the 4th race of this very special Asian Le Mans season, it's important now to address a deep thank you to all the teams on behalf of the Asian Le Mans and the ACO, all these teams and stakeholders that have kept following us for the last 11 months and managed to join us in the Middle East. We have delivered a platform, and I'm very happy for the Asian Le Mans and for the ACO that we managed to keep the championship alive. It is obviously special circumstances. This grid is very highly competitive. We are missing, of course, lots of Asian teams and drivers that couldn't make the trip because of course, the travel restrictions and quarantine in Asian countries. But this grid actually doesn't really reflect the reality and the potential of the Asian Le Mans Series, because otherwise, without this quarantine in Asia, we would have probably had 10 additional GT cars coming from Japan, China, Malaysia or Taiwan, which is for us, now that we are close to end this 2021 season, something which is very encouraging for the 2022 season. So a big thank you again for everyone involved. And now I think it's about time to let's go racing for the last time this season.
Well, here we are, 21 turns here at the Yas Marina Circuit, and at 5.54 kilometres through turn 1, turn 2, fast sweepers, then down into 4 and 5. You can get ping for track limits there, and then out of 7 and down the long back straight here. You'll be reaching the top speed VMAX of about nearly 300 kilometers an hour in a P2 car. Important 8 and then 9, very important to get traction off of there, and then down another long run into turn 11. Then it gets tricky, and then it gets technical here through 12, 13, lots of off-camber exits, and then through to the trickiest braking point on the track, 17, and then underneath that iconic bridge there by the hotel through 19 into 21, final corner on the track to complete one more lap of the Yas Marina Circuit.
Zara Jurett here with Graham Goodwin back at the Yas Marina Circuit, where we are standing before this beautiful Ferrari. So this year, the 2021 Asian Le Mans Series will see a record GT field of 19 cars set to fight for championship honor. So Graham, can you just give us a rundown on the different types?
Better still, that 19-car field includes not only 7 of these beautiful Ferraris, but 5 other makes too. About 500 horsepower from these GT cars, a little more weight, a little less aero than the LMP cars. That means we should see some massive battles, not only between the GTs, but at times between the GTs and the LMP3s. The racing here this weekend is going to be awesome.
Thanks so much, Graham. We're really excited and we can't wait for the races to start. So for more information like this, just follow us on our social media.
Hello, it's Ife from G-Drive Racing. We are here in Abu Dhabi. I'm going to talk you through one lap in LMP2 class. So turn 1 and 2 into turn 2 and 3. If you get everything right, it can be flat out. Now we're going to sector 2, coming with turn 5. off-banking braking, easy to lock up the brake. Going to the slowest part of the track, tight hairpin, downshift to first gear. A bit blind spot for these prototype cars to see the apex, and then all the way flat out at the exit, coming to the fastest part of the track, reaching almost at 300 kph. Downshift from 6th all the way to first gear. Bit bumpy braking. Make sure to kiss the apex and stay left side of the track to prepare for the turn 9. Exit slightly trouble with traction, but coming to sector 3, approaching a GT, always tricky to overtake them just before the braking. Downshift from 6th to first gear. Quite challenging here, chicane ahead, right, left, use a bit curb but not too much, slight wheel spin. Turn 14, be careful on exit throttle application. Now we are into the hotel section, quite challenging braking with a lot of lateral load on the car. Downshift to first gear, exit mid-track, quite challenging double left-hander with a lot of wheel spin. Exit running close to the guardrail on the right side, coming to second last corner of the track. Exit running close to the banana, and then now we are at the last corner of the track. Slight oversteer on exit, but we just managed it well, and then that's a lap around Yas Marina Circuit.
Well, 4 hours around the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Bright sunshine and high temperatures for the 35 car field. Minor dramas at the start for the 26 car, more major dramas behind for one of the United Autosports cars that stopped more or less on the grid. Battles galore up and down the field in GT, with the Aston Martins showing well at the start of the race and very deep into the race too. Battles too down that main straight with the 57 car, the 51 getting themselves involved in a tangle before we saw the race-ending incident for the 97 TF Oman racing car. 99 though, the Precoat Herbeth car that took race 1 win in Dubai would come home with another run to the podium second, but it would be the untouchable pace eventually once the challenge of the Aston Martins had been dealt with. GPX Racing take the win here and are looking good for championship. In third place in LMP3, the number 3 car, the survivor after 2 early exits from the race from United Autosports, 3 Ligier, and ahead, it was the 2 cars from Nielsen Racing. Matt Bell closed in rapidly on Colin Noble. We'll find out post-race whether it was team orders that actually preserved the order, but Colin Noble and Tony Wells thoroughly deserved a great result after traumas earlier in this season in Asia. Colin Noble and Tony Wells it is that will take the win. In LMP2, Franco Colapinto would come home second place, bring home the 25 car in second place after some really good battles down through the field. Phoenix Racing here, Kelvin van der Linde doing the business in the last hour. 25 car it would be in second, 26 car would make it 2 G-Drive cars on the podium, but the overall winner from Jota Sports, a fantastic run from the team. All credit to Sean Galel, who ran all bar one stint in this race to bring home a thoroughly deserved win for Jota here in Abu Dhabi, with 4 hours more to come tomorrow. Race 4 and the finale. It's another pole position for G-Drive Racing, this time the 26 hours though. Pole position in LMP3 for young Malte Jakobsen in the number 15 RLRM Sport car, and a second pole position in GT for the Hub Auto AMG. A massively exciting race in prospect with the times close up and down the order. And we're going to be just about ready to go racing with the red lights ablaze. Keep an eye on turn 1. Now they go. Pole position man gets a bit of a run here. Rennie Binder with John Falb looking his mirrors. It's going to be a cleaner turn 1 for the LMP2 cars. Big lock up there for the Ginetta just as the 44 car turned in. Looks to me like everybody's got away cleanly there though. 26 from 25. It's more or less the grid order. Phoenix Racing, but Sean Galel looking up the inside immediately and makes that move for 4th position. The 28 car already ahead of the 64. somewhat battle-scarred, the Racing Team India car, after big accidents in the free practice sessions, and Sean Galale is looking to make early progress here. Rennie Binder.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He's done a great job in every single race start. He's made very few mistakes. He's been clean. He's made sure that he's focused on his job in hand, and that is to start the car, have 2 really solid stints, and then hand it over to either Ferdinand Hansberg or Yiffy Ye.
Oh, look, that was a tag on the rear of the CD Sport car from what I think was the number 8 Nielsen Racing car. But a very clean start indeed from the LMP2 field. These 5 cars away pretty much cleanly. 26 coming round to the anti-penultimate lap to complete the very first racing lap here for the race 4. Race 2 here at Yas Marina Circuit, the final round of the Asian Le Mans Series, and he's going to be away and clear here, Rennie Binder.
Yeah,
we've seen a lot of this.
He's been getting away and really getting himself, tuned in.
Pushing hard, and the GT cars beating up some of the LMP3s right now with that tussle in the middle order. We've got the...
and the 40 GPX Porsche has its left side mirror hanging off, and I think it's actually just lost it.
Gone. Yeah, Axel Jeffries has been...
It's
still hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
So will that cause some problems? But going to the lead in GT, it is Marvin Kirchhofer in the number 89 Garage 59 car from David Perel. Is up to second in the Rinaldi Racing Ferrari. That's been the form Ferrari of the season, hasn't it?
Yes.
As Axel Jeffries looks to do what he can do about getting by the number 3 United Autosports Ligier. We've got one of the cars off. I think that was the Era Motorsport car off just before the hotel.
Yep.
Just rejoins in the middle of the GT pack. The 18 car has had a bit of a moment.
As I was talking about, that brake zone at 17, it's tricky.
I've just seen the car that's off. It's actually off just before the bridge in the runoff there. So
it's going to be quite tricky to get. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get that car.
There it is. Well picked up. It's not in a place of safety yet. That is still in line of attack, if you like.
Back to green.
Looking behind here, the 25 car likely be under pressure, but John Fowle keeps it neat and tidy there, makes it as difficult as possible. Rennie Binder immediately pulls out an advantage.
This is where John Fowle had a problem at Wimmer in Dubai, getting going again after a yellow flag period. And it's just getting those tyres back in that window.
Keeping it error-free, and he's doing a good job of it so far. This is the first tricky part. Heavy braking for the flip-flap before, the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit, and the slingshot down that long back straight.
Yeah, if he can get himself off of 7 well, he'll be looking pretty good.
Sean Galale looking racy here as well.
Yeah, Sean will be looking to use this as an opportunity to get by that Phoenix car. The Phoenix car did seem to be very quick on the straight yesterday and quite hard to pass. They do look to be line astern coming down here into turn 8.
And would dearly love to take another title home to Las Vegas. There's Milton Jakobsen, but the bad news for RLRM Sport is that has burned some of the young Danes' opportunity to pull away, and Rory Penton doing a very good job of sticking with him this time. Ian Loggy having a much better day.
Yeah, I'm sure that Richard Dean is a far happier man today than he was yesterday.
Absolutely.
Had two of his cars out within the first couple of laps. It was very unusual to not see United cars circulating towards the front of the P3 field, but sort of almost normal service has resumed.
It was our little Ginetta. This is the series debut, World Racing debut here in the Asian Le Mans Series for the third of the Gen 2 LMP3 cars to emerge. It has been difficult 10 days for the team, but they are beginning to unlock some of the potential from that. They know, they've made it very clear, it needs a bit more time and development, but has potential.
Yeah, it does seem like they've had 2 weeks of testing in public, really, and it's looked at times okay, but at other times it has looked rather painful.
So no sign that the Phoenix car, or Sean Galale, who's not at the moment in a position to be able to attack the 2 cars ahead of him.
No, I'm sure Sean's just trying to get himself warmed up after yesterday, eyes forward and really positive. And they're still in this championship, Joe Terrar.
So 26 car in the hands of Rennie Binder is going away here again.
Yep. After
being backed up behind the safety car for that incident, we think possibly involving 27 on the 60, although the 27 is back on track. So our leader in GT behind Marvin Kirchhofer is a train of 4 LMP3 cars, the 2 Nielsen cars, the 8 from the 9.
So talking to a couple of the guys earlier on, Andy Merrick I was having a chat with him, and he was saying that trying to get past the GT cars in a P3 is really quite tricky. There's really not that much difference now when you've got one of the bronze or silver drivers in the car, or the bronze drivers in the car in P3, then trying to get that past these pro drivers in these lead GT cars, it's tough. And particularly when you get down to this region of the track of 11 onwards all the way through to the finish, trying to make that pass stick is difficult without risking your car.
The safety car's out again. This is the second race in succession. We've had 2 safety cars within the first half hour. What has gone on at turn 11? Oh, that's a big one. That is 2 other Ferraris. That's the 54 car and the 51 car. That is Francesco Piervenetti and Thomas Fleur. Let's have a look back at the first hour of action here. And neat and tidy start. And the 2 G-Drive racing cars, the main mover, Marvin Kirchhoffer, in the background there, going through and would eventually take the lead in the GT class. Great midfield battles with the GTs. Battle 2 between the 2 Nielsen Racing Ligiers and the DKR Duquesne in LMP2. Bit of a flutter of porpoising there from the Phoenix Racing car, but controlled to the point of the incident that involved these 2 cars, the 51, the 54, sent us to the second safety car of this race. Sean Galale and the Jota car managing to get through that pit stop cycle back into the lead, and it's now Galale, Indonesian driver in the Jota 28. Man stint yesterday. Now he's got work to do with the 17-year-old Argentinian Franco Colapinto, as you quite rightly said, bottled up behind him. This is another bit of a marker, isn't it, in the career of both these men. With 2 bronze drivers, I think they've got quite a lot of time to burn.
Yeah.
But either way, they lead the race again. And we have 2 orange and black LMP3s, the Ligier, the 15, the Duquesne. Very different looking cars as well. Good to see that in a class with a spec powertrain, remember, same engine and gearbox in the rear of these cars. It's a 5.6 litre, something like 450 horsepower Nissan V8, and an extract gearbox in these cars. All those powertrains, every LMP3 car's up the inside goes Jean Glorio.
Just had an update from Jamie Campbell-Walter, and I think it's Franco Colapinto that's now in the 25. I think our timing screens must be wrong. And that's the update from Jamie. So that would explain the change in attitude.
Indeed, it would.
Of the car and the confidence level, it seems, in the body language of the car. He's on the same tyres that John had. Incident
between cars 2 and 3 under investigation. That's team cars from United Autosports, and that is the Ligiers at the moment of Rob Weldon and Andrew Bentley. It's under braking, closes up again as they come round and through the chicane for the hairpin at the to fire them back out onto that back straight ollie.
Yep, he's just looking for that opportunity now and just trying to line him up. I'm not sure whether he's going to actually have the opportunity to pass Sean just on outright speed, or whether he's going to have to use a little bit of traffic as a pick to get by, and Sean might sort of stumble a little bit over a slower GT car. But it's going to be a good battle between these 2. They're both young, they're both very, very motivated, and they're both driving for good teams, good cars, and these guys have been battling it out through all of this Asian Le Mans series. It's been great racing, and excited to see how this plays out.
The 28 it is from the 25. These 2 are herring away from the 2 cars behind. It's a purple sector for Sean Galale in sector 1. It's a purple sector for Franco Colapinto in sector 2. They're now 8.7 seconds ahead of Matthias Kaiser, as his mirrors, by the way, full of Rennie Binder in the second Aris.
Franco just seems to be able to just carry that little bit more speed in on the brakes on that corner entry phase.
Absolutely.
They seem like they're reasonably well balanced or matched in that sort of mid-corner off, but it's that all about the entry into the corner that Franco's just able just to close up that little bit.
This is a 15 car, and that's Max Hanratty now under pressure from Rory Penttinen.
This is for second, isn't it?
It is, and you know what, with the form of Machar in the 15 car yesterday, but putting in good lap times, he just had that big incident with the 35 car. This is good stuff for RLR if they can just keep Max Hanratty mind on the game and up to speed, they've not lost a huge amount of ground with this.
No, they're certainly keeping themselves in contention here. The 23 car behind it has been the car in P3 for the Asian Le Mans Series. They've had 2 faultless races.
Quite right, they shouldn't. This is for second position in...
Oh, change of lead.
There's a change. So where did that happen? A bit of traffic involved. And whoa, and what's happened here? That full course yellow? It is full course yellow.
Yes.
It's a full course yellow.
It's action-packed today.
That was edgy stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In come the first 2 cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and they'll be working the numbers, and they'll be trying to figure out what's the best thing to be doing here. And there'll be massive pressure on those engineers.
Car in again. That is the 6th stop for the number 18 car. Gets underway just as Sean Gillel pulls into the other Jota pit, because Aero Motorsport here being handled by the Jota team.
He's got tyres ready there.
He has got tyres ready there.
Yeah, and Sean's staying in the car.
And so is the 25.
Yeah, because these are still John Falb's tyres that Franco was on.
Yeah, away they go. Up goes the car on the air jacks. We're going to stick with this for just a short moment. Back to green flag racing.
Yeah, we are back to green.
And away goes, well, it's Rui Pinto d'Andrade is back aboard the 25.
It seems like there's some gap to the 28 car now.
What we had by way of pit stop times for those 2 cars.
Comes the Duquesne. Jean Glorieux. Number 63 car just coming through turn 8 and out at 9. And they're currently in the lead of P3.
Now remember, it would look to me as if the Jota car did not take tyres because they were 22 seconds quicker in the pits.
Right.
So that could come into play deeper into this stint. Teams have done a great job in presenting these cars in beautiful fashion. We go with the GPX car way down the order, of course, with the 34.
And he's trying. This is Nicky looking to put the 40 a lap down, or a further lap down actually. Because I think that the 40 is just trying to find out the timing screens here. It's 30. What's a number of a couple of laps down.
Well, we're about to see, aren't we, a comparison in straight line speed here between these 2 cars. So it'd be if we can keep with this up the inside he goes.
Yeah, it's just executed like that. But it shows the traction of the Porsche there. It's just
straight on him.
Yeah, it really was straight on him. But the power of the M6. Look at that.
That's a lot of giddy up.
Stretching its
without a doubt.
Its
and
legs.
The LMP3 car flashing his lights. Not quite sure why, because they're almost as quick in a straight line here. And no chance the LMP3 car catching them before they get into the left-hand turn. Here they go, and again the Porsche gets power down quickly, but that BMW is looking very capable today.
It is indeed.
So we're going to go down to the pit lane where Zara has got Rennie Binder.
Yeah, it was a bit of a up and down in our race until now. Start went quite well for us. Got in the lead. Then unfortunately for us there were 2 safety car periods, which made the gap to the field tight again. Then I got the full course yellow. I pitted first on the safety car, but we got pretty unlucky with the car in front of us, the car behind us. We got stuck in the pit, so we had to push the car back. So we went back from P1 to P4, and yeah, a bit unlucky for us, but what can we do now?
Yeah, well there you have it. Thanks so much. Back to the studio.
No, certainly Nicky's showing his class in the BMW M6, and he's certainly stretching its legs and getting it as far in front as he possibly can before handing over to his teammates.
Yep.
He's giving them a really good chance of a strong result here today. But I'm looking further down the order in GT, and the 88 Aston Martin and the 7 McLaren. 7 McLaren's got Ollie Milroy behind the wheel now.
Jean Glorieux is with Rory. Touch, and it round goes the leader.
Sean Gillel.
It's the 89 car and the 28 car. Galil has got it gathered back up, but that has put Andrade through. I'm afraid I just glanced at the timing screen and missed the point of impact.
89 car trying to get going again.
I think he's got damage.
Damage there.
He's been caught by Rory Penton. Here they are. This is the battle for the lead. 63 and 23. Maybe a little bit overly aggressive there from Rory Penton, but he's in a hurry here.
Yeah.
He's got the line here though.
He's got a good run.
Now we're going to see in a straight line, he tucks in behind the Duquesne. Now what about the aerodynamic efficiency of these two packages?
That has been a very slippery car, the Duquesne, hasn't it?
As the normal was before, but more fundamental difference I think between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Norma and Duquesne than there is between the rather evolutionary but extremely efficient Ligier. As we watch this battle, by the way, I think I'll use the phrase much trouble 27 Kessel car gets a 35-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That will be a stop commensurate with the amount over the prescribed 60 kilometres an hour that it was, which is a lot over the 60 kilometres an hour.
Right.
Let's have a look back at the action from the last hour here at Yas Marina. Well, it's been incident packed, so with quite a lot of time, I'm afraid, under a safety car, but in GT, the race swinging the way of the Inception Racing McLaren up into second position, chasing down the BMW, which in the hands of Nicky Katzberg has gone away at the front of this race. This is the 34 car, and 34 car making hay through the chaos that's been around. Chandler Hull now aboard that car just as we speak. GPX Racing car behind, not having its a good day today. 63 and 23, DKR Engineering, Duquesne, and the 23 United Autosports Ligier have been battling away towards the end of the hour. That would finally go the way of the 23 car in the hands of Rob Weldon, who's taken the lead of the LMP3 battle with problems for the 63, including a drive-through penalty, yet more issues. So 63, it is in second place. Rob Weldon, the double winning car in Dubai and then a DNF yesterday. They're going to be looking to do what they can do to nail in this title. Work to do yet for United Autosports. In LMP2, it's been tale of two battles, 26 and the 5 car. That's a battle finally going the way of the 26, very deep into the hour. Yifei now trying to drive away and close in on the battling pair ahead. Sean Galale is next target. Sean Galale in second position after the lead being taken from him by Rui Pinto de Andrade.
Welcome to the Asia Le Mans series here at Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi. I'm Oliver Gavin, and today we're going to take a look at the safety car, this Camaro ZL1. This Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 is a 6.2 litre V8 supercharged engine with 650 horsepower. It's a fine machine to have out there to be our safety car in the Asia Le Mans series. It's so important to have a car like this Camaro ZL1 as the safety car, because when the cars are brought under that neutralising period, they still need to be kept at a speed so that it keeps all their tyres up to temperature, the engine up to temperature, and all the brakes. So when Eduardo releases the cars back to racing, they're ready to go back to green. And there you have it. That's the role of the safety car here in the Asia Le Mans series in Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi.
Back to live action.
We must be getting into the pit stops here and people rolling through their different strategies. I'd say that the 40 car is going to struggle from here to get decent points today.
I think you're absolutely right. It would need real dramas of the sort that I don't think anybody really wants to see for any of the players here after a hard-fought, rapid-fire and difficult season. Number 3 car is on pit road. This is the United Autosports car of Andrew Bentley from the lead in LMP3. Rob Weldon drops back into second position after taking his pit stop.
Something's happened here and the driver's being sent back out to the car to do something here. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it's to help the driver get in.
Ollie Milroy is leading this GT race. He's 15 seconds ahead. Sorry, Ollie, I cut you off.
No, I was just going to say that it takes extraordinary upper body strength, but also huge core strength to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, these guys are athletes that are in the pit lane.
Tom Blomqvist aboard that car now. I think it probably will be.
Here he goes, running to the car.
He's been rapid.
He has.
And
This has been the best Ferrari team in the series.
And I think, I don't think we were sure what to expect from this trio, but looking at the three names, Rino Mastronardi, David Pirel, proven form against their peers.
Yeah.
And why would we have expected anything different with the injection of a healthy dose of Davide Rigon into the cocktail? And they absolutely have been the form Ferrari, and this is good news for Rinaldi Racing.
They're going to be there really pushing themselves forward into a spot where they can really challenge for one of those 4 invitations
lest
to
we
Le Mans.
forget another team that has not been to Le Mans.
Yep.
And the list of teams in this GT order that have not been to Le Mans and stand with the potential to take one of those 4 automatic invitations to Le Mans 24 Hours is a long one. Why 4? Because the formula that's been applied both in Europe and in here in the Asian Le Mans series for automatic entries is determined by the number of cars in the class. Went well yesterday.
They were having a really strong run, weren't they? And they just struck down by a little bit of misfortune at turn 7.
Tom Canning getting involved in someone else's accident and eliminating the car from the race. Let's go down to the pit lane where Zara has got Ollie Hancock from this car, the number 95 TF Sport Aston Martin.
I think the ultimate is to remain flexible. They always say save your best till last, and we've done exactly that with both of our cars actually, which is really good for us. We've got arguably some of the best GT3 drivers in the world driving our cars right now, which is mega for us. We have to remain flexible. There's been plenty of yellow flags, full course yellows, a couple of safety cars even. We just have to strike when they arrive, if they arrive, and make a call when it happens.
The reality here is we've not got titles done either. So there are titles to be won, there are invitations to Le Mans to be won. There is almost inevitably going to be upsets and anxiety in the next 90 minutes for some of the runners and riders we can see here as up the inside of the McLaren goes, one of the LMP2 cars to take track position. It's one of the G-Drive cars there. We're now, in the way that tends to happen here in the United Arab Emirates, the sun has been kicked off the cliff and it has gone down so quickly it's ridiculous, and we're in full darkness outside the floodlights.
Yes, it's and that track temp will be dropping away, and those boys will be working away with those tyre pressures and making sure that they're pressured up to get in the window for the next stint.
This is the 97 pit stop you predicted, and that will be Ahmed Al-Hati getting out of the car. Who's left to go in there? That's
actually a couple of laps earlier than I thought. The sister car went 34, they've done 32,
right.
Maybe it's 33, this one. They haven't got counted on timing and scoring, but
Tom Canning.
Yep, they've got a different spare hood.
Well, that will
bonnet,
be,
say.
Absolutely, that will have been less of your Americanisms. That will be as a result, I'm sure, of the incident last night, which was a front-end impact and damaged the radiator and likely bodywork as well. Tyres going on the 97 car. TF Sports operated, but a long-term partnership with Ahmed Al-Hati and Oman Racing branded, the Omani driver, that they've taken to some real success in Pro-Am racing around Europe. Unfortunately for Ahmed, his proposed tilt at the British GT Championship fell foul to COVID. But a tilt at the Asian Le Mans Series it is.
Away he goes. Be an opportunity here.
So Tom Blomqvist, well done there. Andrade gets through, and it's actually Tom Blomqvist that's held up by the BMW. It's from the position you are in an Orica, that must look like a block of flats, that BMW. I was looking into the wheel arch. But, and again, the second part of the traffic, that is the number 3 United Autosports car, again falls the way of the Aurus. So he's pulled out a bit more of an advantage here.
Yes, he has. So an hour and 13 minutes to go here.
As the Racing Team India car pits, that would be Narain Karthikeyan out. Arjun Maini, I think it is, climbing aboard.
He seemed to struggle to get out of the car there. It's like he was stuck something maybe with the seat insert, or maybe he'd forgotten to pull the radio plug, or possibly even a drinks tube. Yep. That's a regular thing that catching drivers out as they're getting out of the car. They'll be looking to, as you're coming to the pit lane as a driver, you're being told by the engineer all the things you need to remember as a driver and getting out of the car. And just sometimes if you're a little bit warm or a bit flustered, you've been in the heat of battle, you just forget one of those things. And then you go to get out of the car and you're still connected.
Absolutely. It's been a frustrating championship for this Racing Team India team. We hope to see them again. And they're hopeful they will attract the attention in a positive way of the selection committee at the Le Mans 24 Hours, and what a thing that would be.
He's used that traffic.
Up the inside here, and that's tight as well.
Yeah, the 23.
Oh, and a big slide from the 25 as well.
Yeah, he didn't really want to give him much room, the 23.
He didn't.
And he's getting to that point in the race as well where the line can be quite narrow. You don't want to stray too far from it, because you then just get onto all the rubbish and the marbles that are flicked up from the old rubber that's come off the tyres, or just a little bit of sand or dirt or debris, just bits of carbon.
And we're going to be down to Zara in pit lane, who's got Mr. Carther Kane with her right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible journey for Racing Team India, and putting a team together, and both Naveen and Arjun both are driving well. We made a lot of progress, and it's a platform for Indian drivers in the future, and we're trying to build something that will be there for many years. And if you become a professional racer, I think this category is very good because of the lot of interest from the manufacturers coming in now, and we are very happy to do this program.
So into darkness and plenty of close action. The 97 car's been in the thick of action. Best of the Ferraris, the 55 Rinaldi car also pushing on hard, but it's been the number 7 Inception Racing McLaren in the hands of now Ben Barnicoat that has gone to the front of this race and is delivering on the promise that we expected it might show yesterday before radiator damage counted it out of contention. In LMP3 and LMP2 it's been close as well. Phoenix Racing coming into it now with Kelvin van der Linde at the wheel, the number 3 United Autosports car, the number 23 United Autosports car, and the number 2 United Autosports car, making it a somewhat United Autosports sort of LMP3 battle in the third hour of this 4-hour race. LMP2 meanwhile has been pretty topsy-turvy, but going to the lead of the race. Third place at the moment is Kelvin van der Linde in the Phoenix Racing car, the 25 G-Drive Racing car in second, and it is the 28 Jota car now back in the hands of Sean Gallale, with the 25 owing us a drive-through penalty that leads the race as we come into the final hour of this season, with championship still to win. Back to live action, and with the Le Mans Series scrolling still across the hotel behind. And here comes the number 89 car. This is the Garage 59 Aston Martin. It's Martin Kirchhofer back aboard that car, so he didn't serve all of his time in that car, and he's now going to be pushing on hard. His next target is actually the sister 88 car, just 3 seconds up the road, but then away down the order. Green flag running with the slower drivers and has not served them well, with the bros in the other cars.
Yeah.
Opportunity in LMP2. Big wiggle there, by the way, for the number 35 BMW. We have him. We've got Franco Colapinto, an emerging star in LMP2. Behind him, we've got Ferdinand Habsburg, a man that's looking to rebrand himself, I think, in sports car racing after his efforts in the DTM. And behind them, albeit some way behind them, Arjun Maini, who's probably as close as we've got to a proven force in LMP2. He still hasn't passed the Racing Team India car to complete the lap. 40 minutes to go, and here comes Colapinto, and this is the battle for second position. 2.7 seconds it was last time, it's 1.7 this time, but Colapinto's got his dander up, but the Phoenix Racing car has got by the P3 car.
He's just been a bit more ruthless in the traffic as Colapinto, and Kelvin's just got bottled up in the spots that he didn't want to, and he's also got this other P2 car there.
And goes by 2 cars in one move. That's a bit better. Has he made it? He still hasn't passed the Racing Team India car.
It's going to be quite colourful, I'm sure, on that radio right now with
Absolutely.
Kelvin.
It was a bold attempt to take both cars 3 wide as they went into the turn, but it's not quite made it. Where is Colapinto? I think he's behind the Aston Martin now, and that gap will be still lots. He was indeed. He's going by him on the straight, and a lot of traffic coming. This is going to be nervous moments. Look at this. Looks like most of the remaining field is actually coming into the turn at the bottom of the straight here, and this is going to be very tricky indeed for Kelvin van der Linde. You'd want to be Colapinto in this, wouldn't you, at this moment?
He is in the right spot right now, and there's got a lot of traffic coming. P3 GT, and he's going to take his opportunity here.
Now he gets past the Racing Team India car, and it's taken a while. Then the Ginetta goes for the apex, but quite rightly too. And again, Colapinto this time has got the work to do.
He's going to be on the receiving end now of all this traffic, and the Ginetta is
just trying to keep out of trouble here.
Yeah, he is.
Knows that there's faster cars coming. It's to the left, to the right.
Colapinto's now going to go up the inside of the Ginetta into 17.
And all of a sudden the pendulum swings back, doesn't it?
Yep.
But still traffic to deal with, and it's the 57 car ahead. That's in the hands of Mikkel Jensen. And Mikkel, very rapid indeed, but he's been driving what has appeared at times to be a very wide Ferrari, but keeps out the way there. And this is going to be, this lead will extend back out again from 1.7 seconds to something I think about 3.
Yeah,
it's 2.3.
Yeah, it had a 3 in it.
Had a 3 in it, that was close enough. But through turn 1, and still traffic again here. There you go, there is the McLaren, just coming to the end of its final time pit stop.
Ben Barnicoat staying on board, I believe.
And is this going to be a famous win for the McLaren?
It's going to see, interesting to see how all this shuffles out. Did he just go left sides?
Certainly we saw left sides go on that car. Didn't see right sides, but we may have been a little late for that.
Yep.
While the factories and the big private teams take a look at what's coming in a couple of years' time.
Franco's about 0.4 of a second on average quicker than Kelvin van der Linde.
Leader in the pits, and this will be the final stop
one
for the Jota 28. Will Sean Galail manage to secure a second win in succession for the Jota team?
God, he's doing another marathon in the car, isn't he, Sean? It's amazing. He's done 14 laps in this run, this time in the car, but before that he was in for a good couple of hours.
Both those cars, by the way, lasted around the 157.4s. Very quick indeed, within a second of the fastest lap of the race.
And maybe that's what Colapinto's strategy will be. He'll be okay, wait for the Phoenix to stop and then start putting in the big lap times to try and undercut him.
So the 25 car goes to the lead, does require a stop as well, remember, but the deeper he goes in to this race, the shorter that stop will need to be, because less fuel will need to go into the car. This is the number 5 car in the pit lane, fuel still going in. Kelvin van der Linde stays aboard the car. Also in the Racing Team India and the Era Motorsport car we saw going into the garage. But the gaps will become apparent once we see just exactly how quickly these cars can get out the pits. Tiny stumble, but engage the driver and away he goes. All need to stop.
Yeah, but it's just for how long?
Yeah,
and that's the really difficult thing to try and work out right now. And maybe some people out there on Twitter can help us with that.
I mean, what have we got by way of a full fuel stint in terms of laps for these GT cars?
I think the longest we're seeing is about 34 laps on a tank.
So even the cars that have got the 25, 26 laps have still got to do it, albeit very late in the race. Here's the 26 car, final stop here for Ferdinand Habsburg from second position at the moment. And it's a very rapid lap underway at the moment from Colapinto, which looks very much like an in-lap to me.
Yeah.
So he goes purple in the first sector. Mandatory pit stop times under investigation, it says here. Is the drama still to come? That will not be for an LMP2 car, because they don't have them.
Wonder who that's for.
26 car goes.
There's no number next to that at the moment. And that's,
this pair of cars 44 seconds up the road from the McLaren 99 Pre-Cup Herberth battle, but proviso number 1, both these cars need to stop.
Yep.
Will there be enough time for them to do that and retain the lead? We don't yet know. It looks unlikely. You get mistakes, you get the incidents that inevitably come into play. Meantime, in LMP3, Wayne Boyd, I think, has fended off the attack from Duncan Tappy. That looks fairly stable. Andy Merrick hasn't given up, by the way, returning to podium form, and 3.8 seconds it is, the gap to Colin Noble. Andy's got the hammer down because he knows Lawrence Hurt is there. So the last place on the podium in LMP3 isn't done yet either.
No.
In comes Mikkel Jensen. Critical pit stop this for the GT battle.
could be just coming in on fumes.
Yet where is he going to emerge is the key question. So as he comes through, Johnny Adam will go through and into the lead if Adam doesn't pit this time around. Actually, Adam's been in and out. So Johnny Adam came in and is out again. Fuel only, of course, for the 57 car.
Yes, only. And they're away. Yeah.
And the 55 is right behind him. So he could potentially lose 2 places here. He doesn't want to do it there, does he?
No.
So he's basically just biding his time. And it's going to allow
still
him
got
to
that bodywork
close.
issue.
Oh, what drama here. Because he's powerless to... There he goes, ducks into the middle there. This is the 3-car battle now for second position, but that was all about the pace of Mikkel Jensen.
Yes. Yeah, he's done fantastic work there. And now it's going to be a case of Ben Barnicoat's got to get his head down, try and get past this 99 car again.
Wow.
But I mean, this puts the 99 car in a great position here to take the championship in GT.
In the last 6 minutes, further drama. We always say it always comes the last 20 minutes of any endurance race, and could have an effect on the 99 here. That's just been shuffled back 2 full positions. So to recap, 57 has made his pit stop, comes out and retains the lead because of the searing pace of Mikkel Jensen, the 57 car guy Kessel car. The 7 car took the position from the 99 car to effectively inherit second place after that pit stop, but was forced to give that back for an infraction. He's then taken that place back, has been followed through into 3rd position by the 55 Rinaldi Racing Ferrari. Wowza.
So
4 corners from home, 3 corners from home. Sean Galale, Franco Colapinto, 2 corners to go, and I don't think he can do it without a mistake from the man ahead.
Yep.
And there's no mistake looking like it's going to come, but this final turn has proved tricky, not least for Franco Colapinto. But it's going to be Sean Galale and the Jota team, number 28, coming home for a second consecutive win in the final race of the Asia Le Mans Series 2021. What a battle to the end.
Fine drive by him, and Franco Colapinto, excellent speed there at the end, just didn't quite have enough.
0.4 of a second was the gap, and ironically, because of that battle, by the way, the lead gap in GT will be a lap.
Wow.
Because the Mikkel Jensen went through ahead of the lead cars, and the leader overall just went by the McLaren.
Yep.
But that real world gap, by the way, before the line would have been just about 10 seconds. Jota Sport brought it home for a second consecutive win at Yas Marina after a stunning race in LMP2. In LMP3, an amazing 1-2-3 for the United Autosports Ligiers, head of CD Sports and DKR Engineering's Duquesne. GT was an absolute thriller, won at the end by the 57 Kessel Racing by car guy Ferrari, ahead of the number 7 Inception Racing McLaren, and the 55 Rinaldi Ferrari rounding up the podium in the final race of the series that could have seen any of the 6 makes of GT car take overall honours in Abu Dhabi. Well, it was a neat and tidy start in bright sunshine here, but quite a breeze at Yas Marina. The 35 cars getting away, and the McLaren in the mix from the very start here. They just seem to get their strategy right. Brendan Arieb in for the start of the race and keeping the car in the hunt. Looked good for them. Ended up as being the second place car. The 97 car also in the mix. Up the inside there though was the 57 car. This was a battle for the lead at this stage, but the pace of Mikkel Jensen in that car would take it to the win, as we see later. The 55 Rinaldi car made it onto the podium again after doing the same in Dubai. The McLaren looked like it might take the win, but a late effective penalty for the McLaren dropped it back and had to fight, but it was the 57 car guy car, an Asia Le Mans Series favourite, that takes the win in the final race of this 2021 season after an extraordinary race in this with this 19 car GT grid. 57 car guy takes the win. In LMP3, it looked as if the Nielsen Racing cars could get in amongst the fun at the end of this race, but Colin Noble dropped back. It would be actually a 3-car podium for United Autosports, the 2 with Andy Merrick retaking the position onto the podium, the number 3 car being brought home by Duncan Tappy to the second spot on the podium, but the 23 car, after a disappointing DNF yesterday, makes it 3 wins out of 4, and they will take not only the win but the title, and United Autosports get yet another invitation to the Le Mans 24 Hours after an extraordinary 2020. For the overall, no shortage of action either. Phoenix Racing and Racing Team India here with the G-Drive cars well in the mix. But for the overall positions, Kelvin van der Linde would anchor home the Phoenix Racing car. The German team making its debut in the Asian Le Mans Series this season. The 25 car, Franco Colapinto, would bring home the G-Drive Racing Auris. Right to the end, looked like it could be a race winner, but Sean Gelael, another Iron Man effort, would bring the Jota Sports car home. The 28 Orica would come home for a second consecutive win in the Asian Le Mans Series on 2 consecutive days. A brilliant run from the team from Kent, from the man from Indonesia, and from his teammate Tom Blomqvist. They will win the race. The 26 car, we believe, will take the title and will be another G-Drive Racing car going to the Le Mans 24 Hours. They can celebrate another win, more points, and good preparation for the WC season to come. Time for a very quick word with race winner, double race winner here in Abu Dhabi with Jota.
Could you say that again, sir?
Sean Gelael. Sean,
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear. Double race winner.
That was
that's right.
a fantastic race and a great race to the line at the end. You hurt it as badly today as you were yesterday, or does that feel a bit sweeter?
Today. Yeah, no, we split the stints now, so I started and finished, so it's a lot better. Still did 3 hours, but it's a lot better. Man, we had just had a bit of a slow left front puncture actually towards the end of the run, so we had to do a longer pit stop. Made us a bit more tricky with car 20 for 25. Colapinto was rapid all weekend and was a bit of pressure, but we held through.
After a quick-fire 4-race season in just 10 days, finally the winning drivers in Yas Marina get to celebrate their race wins with the trophies on the podium at Yas Marina Circuit. Well, that's it. What a season that's been in just 10 days here at Yas Marina Circuit, and then last weekend at Dubai Autodrome. 4 4-hour races in just 10 days. It's been an absolutely fantastic experience for us and for the teams. For now, it's time to say thank you. Thank you to the teams and the drivers, for everybody that's contributed to getting these cars here, for the team behind the scenes, and in particular the Asian Le Mans Series management, and indeed the EPM Productions crew that have put these broadcasts together. Personal thank you to Oliver Gavin, a new addition to the team this year. It's been a delight to work with such an absolute legend, and absolutely thanks to all of you in your hundreds of thousands, even the millions watching around the planet on just about every streaming platform we could manage to get it on. Thanks and good night here from the Asian Le Mans Series.